I'm 14 going, looking at him going, surely he hasn't just said that to me. Like, one of the happiest days of my life, finally signing, like, I'm buzzing. And he's just gone, I don't think you're good enough to be here, but he's trusting you, so don't let him down. I was on trial for 9 weeks. I kid you not, like, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I was playing up 4 years with the 18s.
Welcome back to another episode of Quality Touch Podcast. I'm joined here with a very special guest. As always, I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself.
Yes, guys. Alkeo, semi-professional footballer, coach at the moment. Happy to be here, mate.
Yeah, wicked, man. I appreciate you coming on. Most of you, if you're from North London, you definitely recognise him. He coaches at Limitless. And you've definitely seen him on social media. He's a brilliant coach. You might have seen him doing a video with Ruben Carvalho or so. Yeah, it's brilliant, man.
What a player.
So yeah, just wanted to know, so like, how did your story begin?
Should we start with my football career? Or?
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure most people would want to get into the football.
Football career, Grassroots, obviously. The main one that was popping off back in the day was Borough Farm.
Okay, brilliant.
So joined Borough Farm pretty early. I'd say 7 where I joined. Obviously started playing a little bit before that. But yeah, joined, just a kid enjoying his football.
Yeah.
Weren't like, it's funny, like we weren't, as a family, weren't educated in terms of like what the process was of how you make it to the next level. So literally just enjoying my football, and like I remember like my dad going, play well, like you end up like playing pro. In my mind I'm thinking I'm gonna play for Broadwater Farm and like in a couple of years just end up closest nearest stadium, which was White Hart Lane.
Yeah. Didn't
know if there was like an academy at the next stage and how you get there, scholars, all of that stuff. We thought Grassroots pro straight away. We'll just stay at Broadwater Farm as long as we like, and then we'll make it pro. And we'll talk about it later a little bit as well in terms of education, but literally Broadwater Farm, then secondary school stopped playing Grassroots football. I went to St. Thomas More.
Ricky, yeah. Oh wait, hold on. So that's mad. So obviously, when did you join Farm?
So I'm 24.
Okay, I'm 24 as well.
7, 8.
Okay.
So
I'm trying to think who was there around that time.
Jardel.
Jardel.
Yeah, Spud's son.
Do you remember Kevin? I don't know if he was there at that time. Amari.
There was an remember there was an A and a B team.
Oh yeah, no, they were definitely in the A team.
Yeah.
I remember, because I remember I went to school. I went Bruce Grove Primary, so I was local.
Yeah.
But I used to go to a kicks program, which was under Tottenham.
Yeah.
So my whole school was going Broadwater Farm. They were good players. Ramon, Amari, all these lot playing.
Yeah.
And Kenneth Reese. I remember that they were young, and then
it was a good. He was slapping.
Yeah,
teams, like 7, 8s, and 9s.
I remember, boy. Because
we were killing teams.
I'm going to the kicks thing. We're thinking, yes, I'm by Tottenham. Like, why are you not telling me go Broadwater Farm? Yeah, I'm not realizing Sunday League and the community program is completely different. But at one point it had to be Broadwater Farm versus the rest. Because my class was very good at football. Yeah. So yeah, that's a memory I remember having. And a lot of my friends also went to St. Thomas More. So that's
yeah.
Okay, wicked.
So obviously going to Tommy Moore, they had the Spurs program.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, I don't need Grassroots no more. Let me go Spurs. And finally, like, I started to understand, like, it's bigger than Grassroots. You got to actually sign for one of these big teams and then go on trial and go through that process. So obviously training here and there, but literally just school football. Started going on trials like year 8 is where I started going on trials. Couple no's like Palace, Fulham, like just weren't good enough, or like was okay the first 2 weeks, and then like quality just dimmed a little bit. I don't know if it was pressure, if like as a kid you get too complacent.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the story then. And then under 14s, I go on trial at Brentford. Mate, I was on trial for 9 weeks, I think.
Oh wow.
On trial for 9 weeks and then finally signed. And I remember, like, I'll never forget this. It was the coach that decided, like, I'm signing him. But the academy manager at the time has gone, like, me and my dad in the office, and I'm signing the papers. He's gone, he thinks you're good enough, but personally, I don't think you deserve to be here. I'm 14 going, looking at him going, surely he hasn't just said that to me. Like, one of the happiest days of my life, finally signing, like, I'm buzzing. And he's just gone, I don't think you're good enough to be here, but he's trusting you, so don't let him down. I was on trial for 9 weeks. I kid you not, like, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I was playing up 4 years with the 18s.
No, that's not... Wait, so did you have the profile you have now? Because you're quite...
Yeah, I was tall. I was playing centre-half as well.
Okay.
But honestly, like, I was on trial 9 weeks, you train with the team. Nothing had changed in them 2 weeks. The only thing that had changed was confidence.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. I wasn't training outside of the club. Like, I was just doing team training, that's it. Day release ended up coming in because as a sign player, the school let me go day release on a Monday. But in terms of extra training, nothing. Just confident. I was like flying. I was a new kid, like smiling on the pitch. You're playing 4 years up now.
Obviously, I don't want to make anything a bit controversial, but that clearly shows that you had the talent, and obviously with your confidence, you were able to get to where you were playing 4 years up. But a lot of people, as coaches, would be like, "You got to put in the extra work, or they wouldn't get into the position you're in." What would you say was the difference, and why you didn't need to do that?
Do you know? I think because I was a late signing as well. I feel like that helps a little bit because you come in with a little bit of players around you are a little bit more technical than you.
Yeah.
You come in as you're a bit more raw. However, I loved football. Like, I watched it a lot. So they used to call me like, you play like a European football player. Because I wasn't that English centre-half, like, just head it and like kicking it. Like, and also they moved me I went on trial as a centre mid, and they moved me from centre mid, they put me into centre half.
Okay.
I weren't doing it, basically. That's what they want to say. You're a bit too slow for us in the middle. Like, you're okay, you can do it, but for this level, they pushed me back. So they're like, let's see what he can do. Because I feel like at that time, it was that transition where academies were going, let's start popping it out the back. And Brentford Cat 2 at the time wanted to do the same thing as all these Cat 1s. So they moved me as a centre mid into centre half, and like, I wasn't like a big tackler, or like I didn't stand out in terms of like aggression, but I read the game really well.
Yeah.
And again, that stuff is not really, you don't train it. Like, it's not coachable. Genuinely just watch a lot of football. Like, and you wouldn't sit and watch football and like, as a 14-year-old, and go, all right, cool, I'm going to study this player. You just genuinely just watch it and see certain movements and how people react off of certain passes. And I just love to, every time I stepped onto the pitch, like, just imagine myself as that player. Yeah. Literally all the time. But yeah, honestly, like, I'd love to say that I worked really hard for it, but genuinely, my mentality changed. Confidence through the roof, and all of a sudden, it's like that self-belief. You just end up being like 10% better, just because you believe in yourself. Just because someone said you're good enough to sign here, just because you signed a piece of paper. I'm on trial for 9 weeks. Like, and in 2-3 weeks, you're going to travel with the 18s on Friday. We've got permission from your school. You're going up to Barnsley. Mate, I'm on, like, celebrating, telling my dad this is what's happening. Buzzing. Then Friday comes. We're on the coach. It hasn't kicked in yet. I'm 14. We get to the hotel. I think I was in a room by myself because of like the whole safeguarding thing. Yeah, I was in a room Mate, I didn't sleep 1 hour that whole night. I'm in the toilet. I think I'm being sick. Like, I'm nervous. Wake up in the morning, go down to have breakfast. Like, I'm pale. Coach is like, what's happening with you? What was you on a bender last night? But mate, like, I was so nervous. Ended up having a sick game.
Is it? You played?
Sick game. Like, we drew 2-2, got an assist, played 90 minutes. Like, yeah, ended up having a really good game. But like, the nerves helped me, I guess. I didn't understand it then, but like, now growing up, and when I coach, like, that saying of nerves are good. Yeah. Because it means like you care. But yeah, mate, confidence is massive. Growing up, like, I I could see when I was low in confidence and how it affected my performances, and could see like when I was buzzing, like performances just were through the roof.
Yeah. So other than that, obviously I'm guessing that was your 18th debut, isn't it?
Yeah, Barnsley. Yeah, that league debut.
Do you have any other games where you obviously like outstanding games where you're like, I know I'm gonna make it?
Do you know what was mad about Brentford? Because I signed, but I didn't get much time there because the academy shut down.
Yeah,
I'm going through like the best time of my life, and then we get news the academy shutting down. Obviously, I'm like, God, I've spent 9 weeks on trial. Like, this is long. Like, I can't do it again. But a lot of players from Brentford like were just getting picked up left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Spurs. Like, I remember one of my close mates, Showcat.
Yeah, I remember Showcat.
Went to Fulham. I think like, he got 5 years. Like a year above me, he was pretty decent. Brentford got him from Barca, Giancarlo.
Okay.
He went to City, but like baller. You could see like he was different. So like people were getting picked up left, right, and centre. So I just didn't really know what route to take. Again, like I didn't really have like that agent, and I've signed through like just turning up on trial, like being sent there. So I didn't really like know what route to take, whether to go on trial, showcase games, or all of this stuff. I didn't have a grassroots team, so I didn't like obviously met up with an agent through school.
Yeah.
He sent me to Everton, right, and like I went to Everton. It was a showcase game at the time. I remember the 4-hour drive. Like sick game as well. Like had a worldie. On the way back, they called the agent, and bearing in mind, like you could see how much time academies, especially that when you get to that age when it's like scholars and pro decisions.
Yeah.
They called him like at 11 p.m. on our way back, but they called him like that late. They're like, we really like that kid you brought in today. Like when I say like I played so well that day, like he could be the next John Stones. John Stones is just coming up as well at that time. Ended up not going back because like I was meant to go to Wolves at this time. They booked me and my dad a hotel to stay to do a week's trial. This was the end of the season. Spurs wanted me in to go in like into the academy the next season. The 18s manager gone to Colchester. Bear in mind, he didn't like me in the first place. Yeah, he didn't fancy me. Ended up calling my dad. Yep, can we like get him in? But the academy manager at Brentford that said to me at the signing, he just said like, I don't think you're good enough to be here. Said like, come to QPR. So I went. I had a session, but like I had a session with that like, I ain't gonna sign here anyways. And you know when you go into a place with that type of swagger, like I don't care, like it's very you're very like loose with it and nonchalant with it. You end up having a good session.
Yeah.
So I spent 9 weeks on trial at Brentford, bearing in mind, QPR signed me in one session.
Wow.
So the session, like, and the academy manager's gone like, I don't know what you lot are waiting for, sign him. Obviously, it's not known to me. Grassroots, school football, a couple of no's on trial, 9 weeks on trial, finally got a yes to go to a club that I don't really know anything about, but to get a yes after a session, mate, I'm taking it.
Yeah. So you like, would you say obviously all rights had to, but would you say your ego was just sky high? Because you know that to get signed in one day, you're good.
Do you know at that age, I feel like I was at a place where I was just enjoying it. I don't think at that age I had an ego.
Okay.
Maybe when I showed up at school, maybe
Yeah.
I gave it a bit of it, but I don't think I had much of an ego at that age because I wouldn't say I was the guy. Like I wouldn't say I was going into a club and like it's spotlights on me. I was a centre half. Like you're never gonna have the spotlight. So I wouldn't say like I was the guy going into clubs, but signing in a session is people on trial for like 6-7 weeks. So signing in one training session was a big thing. And it's funny, like I mentioned it to one of my 13s today in a group session, and he's gone, yeah, but coach, that's all the way in the 90s. I'm like, first of all, I'm 24. Second of all, like, what do you mean? But the point he was trying to make is the game has evolved so much. So, like, me at 14 and some of these kids that are still playing grassroots at like 13, 14, the standard has changed so much.
Yeah, it's true.
Because obviously you didn't have people like me, like coaches, like all your private
that's
coaches.
what I wanted to get to, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, carry on.
So I ended up signing at QPR, and they was like, "You're right in time. We're going on tour." Like, but I said, "Oh, family's booked a holiday. Is it all right if I go?" Gone to Spain for 2 weeks. Come back, totally different player. I couldn't get my feet off the ground. 2 weeks. That's the first time I've had like time of football, and obviously like it's the first time I've realised how detrimental it is. Couldn't get my feet off the ground. Wasn't like the same player. Come back. Started the under 15 season, and obviously like that's the last season before you get your scholars.
Yeah.
And like I'm having an okay season, like a 6, 7 out of 10 season with games. Playing up a year, wasn't doing the same thing I was doing at Brentford. But like I wasn't like I didn't have that like, like you signed in one day. Like no one, you wouldn't have been able to tell like he signed in one training session. So I wasn't like good. And then I had a session, mate, collapsed in the training session. I had like really, really low iron deficiency. Proper like, then obviously that's another slap in the face of like, you gotta eat well.
Yeah.
Like proper low, like one session, we're doing a rondo, my heart just starts racing. Crazy. Just like, had to take a knee, like physios came over, I was out for 2 months, they didn't let me play, nothing. But like, safeguarding as well, like they were asking me, "Oh, is everything all right at home?" But like, continuously asking me. I'm like, you're not asking me, like I just don't eat right, like that's it. Then obviously I come back after that, and again 2 months off, not good enough. Coming back, scholars are now being decided. Didn't get one, and so I don't want to talk bad on clubs, but like there was players getting scholars because people, like parents, were in certain positions at clubs.
Yeah.
I can't remember this kid who ended up getting a scholar, but played 16s.
No.
Throughout the 2 years of his scholar.
Really?
Couple 18 games, like couple games of his age group, but like he's like, it's a lot. It's
that's the thing about,
we know football is politics.
Yeah,
a lot of it is politics. I'm not going to say that I deserve the scholar, because obviously they know best. But yeah, mate, it was like that punch in the gut. Oh God, now I'm back to being a trialist.
Yeah, so obviously, bear in mind. So I've had someone recently. He's now at Luton Town. Young kid. He's 17 now. His story is similar, but I can brief it and then ask you your opinion as far as you. So he was at Ipswich when he was 14, doing well and what so. 2 years, then when he's under 16, didn't get the scholarship. Relating it to you now. So you went Tommy Moore. Obviously, a lot of the people there are good at football anyways.
Yeah, we had a good team.
But going back into school, people are going to know you got released.
Oh, mate,
so
it's the worst.
How did you feel, not just going back into school, but in general, like, did you think, I'm done?
I didn't feel like I was done. Like, I've never had that mentality of, like, dreading training again or, like, going at it again, which was a good thing considering, like, age. I had a quick bounce back from disappointment simply because, like, I was a late signing. So I did have a lot of no's before I had a yes. So I feel like that helped me with the no's I had later. But going into school, like, it can be like, oh, like, I heard you got released. And so I'm like, damn, it's hitting. Like, I'm walking around like I'm the guy in school. Like I'm one of them. I think it was only 2 of us that were signing my year. One other boy was at Leyton Orient. I didn't get a scholar. So now I'm like process again, trialing. Lucky enough for me, and I'm not saying in terms of opportunities, but just mentality. Like I said, I was quick to bounce back. It it didn't really affect me. Like, I just always had that thing of like, it will happen. Like, it will happen. Like, I'll find something else, which was obviously, it worked out in later stages.
Mm-hmm. So, and what I wanted to ask, like relating to the same thing still, obviously I think now us as coaches as well, like kids will look up to you. If like someone you was coaching was at a club and got released, you probably put a lot, get into contact with people and try and support them. Did you get any support from not just obviously the club release you? They might not have to, but was there any support plan with them or with people around you?
Club wise, no. I don't think. Yeah, there was not much. In terms of people around me, like, yeah, you had the off, like, right, we're going on trial here, we're going on trial there. Go to this showcase game, go to that showcase game. I had like the guy that originally took me to Brentford, today being a really good friend, like drove me up to Bristol one night. Like rainy day as well, like watched the game, had an absolute stinker as well, and he still mentions it to this day. I can't believe you made me drive you up to Bristol to have a bad game. I'm like, but like, I look back at it now and it's like, you really appreciate those things. Obviously, like, my parents were good with it. Like, there were times where they were like, should we just pack it in? Like, but like, obviously for the love of it, and just like, I feel like I had a lot of pride as well. Like, I can't give up. Like, this is what I want to do. Yeah, no, it was good to have a lot of people around me that also had been involved in the game, and could shed some light on certain things. It was, yeah, positive. Obviously, then I ended up going on trial, went up north to Fleetwood.
So this is when school
16.
just finished?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you have any plans on going to college or?
It weren't me, honestly. Not because I was poor academically in terms of like, but just I just knew what I wanted to do, and me sitting in the classroom, like, I don't know if I've got ADHD, but I just couldn't sit in one place, mate. I didn't want to. That's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I didn't want to read books. I didn't want to study. I didn't want to do that stuff. I wanted to play football. That's what I wanted to do. So I never had it in mind to go sixth form like anyone else. I said, I'm going to grind it out and I'll get the scholar. Going up north, Fleetwood, like, first time going there, obviously they had no one from London, just me. And it's a completely new, like, environment. Like, people talk differently, like, you got the whole accents, you got the Scousers there, a whole new attitude. And obviously me coming from London, I'm going to walk with a little bit of a bop, and I'm 16 thinking I'm the guy, like, big man, relax. But that's what I would tell my younger self now. I went there and yeah, I was on trial for a couple of weeks, and then they ended up giving me a scholar. I had a decent first year. Second year, they brought in, like, new management, and a new academy manager took over, and I was promised to, like, not promised, but like, I feel like I'd earned it. Do a bit with the first team, like, here and there, captains, armband, all of that stuff. And a new academy manager came in, and he just had it out for me, like, and obviously you hear these stories and you're gonna say, like, oh yeah, what? Obviously, of course he had it out for you, but genuinely, it if you ask any of my mates, this guy really, like, bullying. It was borderline bullying. Took the captain's armband off me. I'm not gonna say, like, I didn't have a part to play, because I had a horrible attitude as well, like, stinking attitude. But genuinely, like, certain things he would do. Like, I remember being on tour that year, starting my second year, and everyone was on their phone, and I was on my phone at breakfast, and he's looked at everyone, gone to me, like, what are you doing? Get off your phone. Like, proper shout. The room's gone silent, and I've just put my phone away, just said nothing. And outside he's gone, oh, sorry, mate, I didn't mean to have a go at you, and I've just been stressed out. I'm thinking, mate, I'm 16, 17. You think you're taking your grown-up stress out of me? And then funny story, like at Fleetwood, playing FIFA in digs, playing FIFA, lose at FIFA, like obviously rage, kick the wall, thinking it's solid, mate, put my foot through the wall. Gone down, told the people at digs, and yeah, obviously, like I went in the next morning and reported it myself. I said, don't worry, I'll pay for it, like just take it out of the wages and whatnot. Like I've gone to him, I felt like that was the right thing to do. He's come to me later that day after training. He's gone, suspended for a week. I've gone, well, you're taking out my wages. No, he's like, no, we don't need to take out your wages. You're suspended for a week. I said, fair enough. I've gone home and I feel like I was still 16. So if you're 16, I don't know how it works, but surely you told the kid's parents, like, right, we're sending him home. Just turned up to my house and I was like, what are you doing? Oh, this has happened.
They didn't say nothing. Yeah.
They knew my attitude issues. So they were like, what did you do? How did you react? Like why did you do that? Yeah. And I've gone, genuinely, it was an accident. And I've gone to him and this is how I've dealt with it. And they obviously knew the situation with him as well. Not that I spoke about it a lot, because I didn't really mix my parents with like what I was doing at football and all of that stuff. I just kept it to myself. But yeah, they didn't really say much. My dad was working, he's a builder. My dad was working for someone who ended up being, like, she worked in the office of like a big broker, agent, massive. Like when I say massive, he's massive, like big at West Ham and all of that stuff. Yeah. Ended up having a coffee with him at the time, and he's just basically like, what's the situation? What's going on? And I've told him, and he said, right, you listen to me. When you go back, because the story is, you know how everyone as a scholar gets a first team player to clean boots? This guy has made me clean his boots. And like everyone gets a bit of a Christmas bonus from every first team player. You get like 100, 200 quid. Yeah. First team players give you like money. You clean the boots for the whole season. This guy's giving me £20. Oh. When I say bullying, yeah, this guy was taking the mick. Everyone's getting a bill, 2 bills. Like, oh, how much you get out of it? Oh, £20. So the agent's gone to me, right, listen, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go back, and when he asks for you to clean his boots, you're just gonna say no. You're gonna say, like, you gotta start respecting me and I'll respect you. And I've gone, yeah, all right, cool. Gone in with my chest, like, yeah, I'm gonna go in, I ain't gonna clean his boots. This is what that big agent told me. Right, cool. He's come in after training. He's gone, my boots are not clean. I've gone, it's my time. Cool, let me just take my chest out. I've gone, the moment you start respecting me, right, like how I respect you, I'll clean your boots. He's gone, yeah? Bro, the guy's face has gone red. Because, like, ego, pride. I've done it in front of the whole change room. He's gone, yeah? He's gone, all right. I've gone out to training, right? Trained with the 23s that day. And then his office guy's gone, he wants to see you at the office. I've gone, what does this guy want? He's gone, here's your release papers. You're free to go. We'll pay for your wage to the end of the season, but you're done here. You're banned from the club.
Wait. No, you don't need to say who the guy was, but how did that even... He must have been someone that's...
He was a head of academy. He was like the heads. Yeah. So like 18s and down, it's him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like 23s down, it's him. He's not at the club no more. I remember Joey Barton was the gaffer at the time. This guy's arguing with Joey Barton. Like, this guy's a nutter. What are you arguing with Joey Barton for? And apparently, like a couple of months after I left, like he got sacked. I felt like the people higher up than him, like he's a nuisance. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. I've come down to London now. Good to be back. And one coach that I done Pro Direct for like the off season before I done my scholar. Yeah. So I done Pro Direct off season. He was the coach then. He had a role at Watford now. He was the 18s manager. He's like, what are you doing at the moment? I said, mate, I've just been released from Fleetwood. I'm not doing anything. He's like, do you want to come down to Watford to train? I'm going, yes, of course. Like, literally, this is a Sunday. Come tomorrow, Monday, training. Gone to train. I've gone in the 23s training room. They had cabins. They were redoing the training ground. By accident, I've not gone into the 18s. I've gone in 23s. The first day I've gone in, I kid you not, like, there's 23s in there going, I can't wait for my contract to be done. Like, I hate this club. Like, I'm here thinking what I would do to be in your position. But genuinely, like, they were like, I can't wait. So I'm like, how long left? And done Monday, trained. They had a game. It was a first team game, but like non-league.
Yeah.
So they made the 18s play it. Played sick. Took a pen. Went penalty shootout. Took a pen. Scored. Then I think I spent another week on trial, and they said, yeah, we're gonna have you for the rest of the season. That's when done really well at Watford. Was doing bits for the 23s as well. And then like Albania came, under 19s national team. I'm like, this is dreams. Like dreams are coming true. Like I'm on top of the world now. Go to Albania national team. Do really well. I was with like same age group as like Broja and like Anis, Mehmeti was at Bristol now, like doing his thing. But yeah, like I felt so good, like to just loved football again, proper enjoyed it. FA Youth Cup, that age group was doing really well. We got to, when I joined, they were in the quarterfinals, King Power, Leicester. Obviously, like I've just come in, he's not going to change the team. So I've come on, I think it's extra time. I've come on extra time, like 90th minute, and he's put me into midfield. Just like breaking up play, like I'm just securing it, like started the counter-attack for the winning goal and all of that stuff. And apparently back at Fleetwood, the boys are watching it at the ground. Yeah. Hey, as I've come on, apparently, my boy, Jay Matete, I don't know if you know him. Yeah. He's called me after. He's like, bro, I kid you not. Like, as you've come on, he's walked past. He's looked at the TV, and when I say like the guy's screwed, like he's kissed his teeth. Like that's how much this guy like didn't rate me, because he had a reputation as well. It's like any player that got released by him wouldn't get signed again. So the fact that he's seen me, like he's messed up guys in this game, you know. Like strong with you. He's 17. Leave him alone. Let him enjoy his football. Yeah. Ended up Watford, where so many guys believed they were going to get pros, because obviously they'd done so well in the FA Youth Cup, got knocked out by Liverpool in the semi-final at Anfield. Like, oh yeah, we're getting pro. One player got a pro. This club wanted, basically, they were Cat 2. They wanted to be Cat, they were going to go Cat 1 the next season. They're waiting for players from Spurs, Chelsea, City, Arsenal to get released. We'll have you. Like, now we at least look like a Cat 1 club with Cat 1 players. Which was a shame. And then left Watford, met with an agent, took me out to Croatia. Before that, I'd done like a little bit at non-league, but I knew nothing about it. Didn't want to be there. Went out to Croatia. Lokomotiva Zagreb, first division in Croatia. Honestly, like, so good. Training so different, but like aggressive and like technical, and you'd never think like not the facilities England have, but ballers, like so good. I signed my deal out there, like, but it was because it was like the baby of Dynamo Zagreb, which is big boys. They didn't really do the whole flashy signing stuff and all that stuff. So I'd signed mid-season, like Jan, and literally like 2 weeks later, the UK like leave the EU. So I'm now tied up contract to the end of the season with like an option. I think they had me or them had the option, and like I can't play, because in Europe in Croatia it was 2 non-European players could travel with the squad.
Yeah,
I'm a defender, midfielder. They're gonna use it on strikers, like people that are gonna get them goals. Mate, I'm here sitting on the bench. Not even sitting on the bench. I'm sitting in the stands, and I can't even play under 19s football. I can only play friendlies. I'm like, my luck must be horrible.
So I've been trying not to laugh. That's ridiculous.
That's like a couple of weeks later, we leave the EU, and because British passport, I'm a non-European player. Then COVID started towards the end of the season, so I'm going back now. Then COVID hit. Then they didn't renew the contract, so I was back in England. That's when my non-league journey started.
Okay. Boy, I mean...
roller coaster, innit?
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people would say, well, even you, talking about the players at Watford, they're saying they want to leave. As difficult and emotional your journey definitely would have been up to that age. So many people would have wished they've had a glimpse, even a little touch of what you've experienced. So even though I know it must have been
great, honestly,
a headache,
bro,
but
like, grateful to be in them positions, because like I went to school and like you could see how much my mates wanted it.
Yeah.
So like mentioned that agent, he was like, football is like 10% ability, right? 10% of what you do outside of it, and 80% of it is luck. Like, you have to consider yourself lucky to even get a glimpse of like the system growing up, because there's not many spots, there's not many places, especially like the higher up you go in terms of age group, you ain't got room. So to be in the system and like to say like I'm an academy player, you're lucky. Like, yes, you've earned it, but also you could have been at the right place at the right time and had the right performance, and he's seen you.
Yeah.
Like, that's luck, because you're not like, very, very rarely do like 15s and 16s and 14-year-old go every game 9s out of 10s, 8s out of 10s. It's rare. Some players, like the scouts turn up, or you've gone to trial, you've had 6 games leading up to this, where it matters, you bottle it. Like, you have a 3 out of 10.
I've seen that happen with a lot of players many times as well.
100%.
But yeah, obviously, it's brilliant that you're on here, because obviously you're inspiration to a lot of people that will be watching it anyways, but a lot of people do not, especially the kids as well, they do not know this. You know what I mean? So, again, thanks for being here, because a lot of people would not know this. Because, but yes, so, and also, guys, those of you watching, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching up to Alkeo's story so far. But yeah, so you're playing non-league now. Well, obviously after that, Croatia, you're going to non-league.
Yeah, I've gone. Someone sent me St Albans. They were Conference South. Gone in, like, I felt good at the time. Like, I was in good shape. I was at a good level. Since I've gone non-league, in my mentality, this is not as competitive or not as good as academy football. So I'm like, I'm going to go back into midfield, because I felt fit at the time. And like, very good in training, all of that stuff, so good. And just didn't end up playing. Like, a couple of, again, ran out, like, my luck was horrible. I've gone St Albans, and like, some guy that ran the college program and ran the academy at St Albans was pushing in academy players, like college players, to obviously like non-league clubs. You do the college program, I think you get a bit of money from the government the more kids you get in.
Yeah, it's true.
So obviously he was pushing these academy players in, and one of these academy players was his son. I've gone, like, first game, FA Youth Cup, first round, they've made it, like, sick, on the bench. Second game, right? Like, bearing in mind, these kids didn't train with us. Second game, I've gone into the change room, I've not seen my shirt. Like, my name's not there. I've come out, I've gone to the gaffer. He's called me, he's like, mate, it's not in my hands. Like, genuinely, like, want you in the squad, want you playing, but it's actually not in my hands. I've gone, you need to, honestly, mate, you need to grow up here. Like, you're being pushed around. Like, what you doing? And then, like, this is how horrible, like, in terms of politics it was, and I started playing a bit of it as well. I remember, like, the gaffer gave me a chance to play right back. Like, I'm nowhere near a right back, by the way. Played Chippenham at home. Mate, stinker. First opportunity, had a stinker. I think I gave away a pen as well. And then 2 weeks later, the academy guy, like didn't like me, didn't want me in the squad. He's called me. He's gone, I don't think you've got a fair chance there. I don't think the gaffer's done right by you. I think you're an amazing player. I think you need to be playing in that midfield. But in my head, I'm thinking, you're the one that's stopping this, by the way, because obviously, like, you got to push. Like, because I'm young as well. It's like you can't have they didn't want another young player to be playing because the young players they wanted were from the academy. Like, you're the one that's stopping this. And he's basically like mouthing off like the gaffer, like he's onto the gaffer, like telling me like he's not doing things right, in my opinion. I've hung up the phone. I've called the gaffer straight away. I've gone, listen mate, I've just got a phone call from him. He's here like chatting absolute rubbish about you, slating your name. Mate, if he's doing it to me, he's doing it to other players in the team. I'd control it if I was you. Gaffer's gone, cheers Alex. Like, so I just ended up going, do you know what? I don't care anymore. Right, I'm gonna start playing the game as well. Let me play these lot around. They ended up sending me on loan to Wingate, and yeah, that's where I started playing at Wingate. Had a really half a season, really good. Then started the next season there. It wasn't great. Like, it was a relegation battle, and then the management now took over. Then they were really good. Then this 2 seasons ago where they made the playoffs, that's where it really took spotlight. Ruben came in, had him, and I had another boy called Elliot, who's at Billericay right now, playing in the 10s, and then me and Matthew Tree were behind them with another midfielder as well. Like, it was a strong team, but like, that's when coaching at that season, towards the end of the season before and that season, coaching took over.
Okay.
So in terms of priorities, coaching slightly took over.
And that's what I want to ask. So obviously, as a footballer, you've already got the IQ. You know what you're doing. How did you get into coaching?
So it falls back to like the start of my story as signing for Brentford. The guy that helped me sign, they were a group of friends who started Limitless.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he then ended up going, right, why don't you start coaching? This was tiny. I just came back from Croatia as well. So I was doing bits and bobs of coaching. So I've been coaching for a while now, 2019. But like, I was just helping out, not like fully, this is what I want to do in life. I'd say 2022, I was like, hey, I'm enjoying this. I really, really enjoy coaching. Yeah, that's so it's been like 3 years of proper graph now. I think like the Theballersfactory then was born. Really, really started enjoying doing that stuff, like the social media side of it. I had a really good group. I have a really good group at Limitless. Them boys, like, I really enjoy coaching. 9-a-side last year. Obviously, they've come to 11-a-side this year. I'm like, this is where I'm going to see if I really, really enjoy managing and coaching. And well, like, I don't feel like there's anything like it.
Because those of you that haven't seen it, obviously the Ballersfactory. I saw you. I'll be coaching, doing sessions, and I'm seeing you doing your one-to-ones. Then later on, I'm seeing it on Instagram. I'm thinking, oh gosh, it's clean. Like this, like I didn't know who you were, but I was like, because I'm coaching, I'm looking at the session thinking, wow, he's doing these one-to-ones are good. I'll be so honest here. I'm watching them and they're good. So sometimes like, because obviously I'm coaching as well. I'm saving. The bookmark thing on Instagram. And I'm like, let me save that. Like, I'm gonna watch that again. So definitely, you can see that you know what you're doing. Because there's a lot of people, not to bash anyone around or anything, but there's some people that coach, but they haven't got the knowledge. And there's a lot of people like that. Are we
allowed to talk about that stuff? Are we going to talk about it?
Yeah, we can. Of course, definitely. We don't have to name people, but there's a lot of people. But
what do we call them? The notebook coaches? What are they? The textbook coaches?
I don't know, man. But
I don't know. I feel like coaching's a bit of. I don't feel like for most of it it's just given, because a lot of people that have played at whatever level can't coach. They can come into coaching. It's just, you can't do it. It's not easy. No matter what type of knowledge you have in terms of playing, like the gaffer at Wingate, not a coach. He can't coach, but he's a manager. knows how to manage.
Yeah.
He's been playing non-league, right, and he can manage players. He knows how to win. He's a winner. But coaching's not easy. Like putting on drills, like how are you structuring your sessions?
Yeah.
Like is your warm up leading into the first drill? Is your first drill like progressing into the second drill? Like are your drills linked? Like what topic are you like coaching today? Like is everything linked? Are you delivering a message? Is your message clear? And then again, like how are you encouraging players to throughout that hour and a half? How are you encouraging to keep the tempo up? Like it's not easy. I would say.
No, it's not. But and that's the thing. They teach you this, or when you do your qualifications. But if you're a coach, you need.
I'm 16 now. So
Yeah.
I've been like my level 2. Like we do it when you're a
Yeah,
scholar.
yeah,
But yeah, literally.
yeah.
Hoping to try. I applied for my UEFA B and got turned down this year.
Really,
Yeah.
it's difficult to get onto those. Though. They get a lot of people.
You got to do a couple of hours apparently on the.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So they got to see that you're actually committed.
But another thing what I wanted to ask. Obviously, you're enjoying the coaching. Well, you started enjoying the coaching because you're obviously playing. What I would say is, well, what I'm asking, gosh, you wasn't injured or anything, were you?
I've had a couple.
Okay, because
I've coached in like boot.
yeah,
Space boots.
yeah.
I've been coaching.
Because what I was gonna say is, when I say, I mean like career ending, God forbid, but most of the time, people that are playing, they don't even want to. Like, I'm guessing that when you're young as well, you're not thinking you want to go because you know you still got your.
Yeah, still got in the tank.
Yeah. When do you think? Do you think you're still able to like be committed to playing or?
Yeah, if it's a mindset though, like, so the pre-season, this off-season, obviously like the last season Wingate's done really well. They've playoffs and players are getting close. Obviously, like that's when I made that transition to like making coaching a priority. Kind of let go in terms of doing my other bits because in non-league, if you want to be at the top, you have to train outside of that Tuesday, Thursday because it's part-time football.
Yeah.
And I stopped doing that stuff. I didn't go to the gym no more. I weren't doing my extras. I weren't doing that stuff. I was Tuesday, Thursday, turn up on a Saturday and play. But when I saw like players really pushing on, that off season, so this off season that's just gone, I've gone, hey, I'm gonna go for it. First day off season, done run, was doing running. I was trying to do it really like, properly. Second day of the off season, my runs in the morning, we was coaching at Limitless, and the coach just said, let's have a kickabout after the. So I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's kick about. We played for an hour. I think I've asked the question like, how long are we playing for? Like 2 more minutes. As soon as that's been said, ball's gone there. I've pressed. Someone's passed it. Rolled my ankle. Gone. Done my ligaments.
Yeah.
Out for 8 months. Literally, when I mentally put myself in that zone of like, I'm going to go for it. If I'm seeing all of these people like getting moves and like they're pushing, like I can really like, come on, I know I can do it. Mate, 8 months, I'm out. And just before that, God, I might get in trouble with, but just before that, I was signing a contract at Sittingbourne, which is a Step 4 club. So I left Wingate because Sittingbourne's offering me decent money, and on contract, which is not very likely. Like, you're not going to get a contract in non-league, and you're not going to get one in Step 4. But then Kent sides have money. So I was getting, like, they offered me a decent contract, decent money. They wanted to get promotion. I was like, yep, on it, done my ankle. And I was like, I don't think I can commit. And my ankle's not getting better. I don't think I can do it. Left, ended up coaching. But as I'm coaching, my ankle's not getting better. I'm not speeding up the process of recovery. Speak to Haringey. I joined Haringey. They got relegated the season before as well. I was like, let me just get my feet in, like, let me get going again. Not a great club, I'll be honest, mate.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
They got relegated again this season, back-to-back relegation.
I saw, and I remember being at the FA Cup when they were having a great season.
Mad how football turns
I
around.
don't know what happened.
I played 2 games there. Hendon called me, like Hendon step 3.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, get me out of here. Like back in step 3, go to Hendon. They're a mess as well. Their manager had left and basically gone to taking a Hemel job, taking all his players with him. These lot are down in the relegation battle. 2 new gaffers have come in, hoping to save it. They've had to like get a whole new team in, right? And we couldn't do it. Like it was a hard task. Like respect to them gaffers. Like they were good as well. Like at what they do. Would I be there next season? Like maybe, I don't know. But they are good at they were good at what they did. But it's a hard gig. Like getting a team, creating a new team near the end of the season, December, and then trying to push them out of the relegation battle. It was tough. Ended up getting relegated in the end.
And what I'd ask, sorry, I'm just jumping all over the place, but obviously this is for the future. Obviously I know you got your loyalty to like Limitless and stuff like that, and your own organisation. But do you ever see yourself coaching like a team like Hendon, or obviously a bit higher if possible?
Yeah, I remember. So, and this is what I mean in terms of like where my heart was this season, especially because it was a complete write-off for me. We played hashtag at home, and after the game, I was like, Gaffer, can I have a word? I just sat down with him. I just said, mate, my heart's not in it no more. Like, I don't want to play. And he's gone like, mate, like you're only 24. Like, what do you mean you don't want to play? He's like, hey, I'd rather do what you're doing. And he's gone like, like wow, like fair enough. But literally, like my heart was not in it. Like a proper, like just wanted to see the game from the sideline and control things from the sideline. Like I really preferred not prefer, but I enjoy the element of problem solving.
Yeah.
And how to win games and how to defend certain situations and like adapting to the opposition and how can I break them down and all of that stuff. Like I proper enjoy it. But then he's like, think about it, sleep on it, and then let me know. I've spoken to a couple of people and they've gone, you're gonna regret it. Like, you're mad young. At least see out the season. And I've called him back and I've gone, listen, I don't wanna leave you high and dry. Like I wanna see out the season and see how I feel. Obviously getting relegated, it's kind of boiled up a fire in my stomach. I can't retire on relegation.
Yeah.
Like it's mad. So, and then obviously speaking to people as well, for anyone that is playing and coaching, you want to play for as long as possible. Like, because you don't know what connections you're building. So for me, if I do ever want to go into managing, like, and start in non-league, you want connections. You want to be able to call another gaffer or a chairman and go like, oh, what's that player like? Or can I have him? Or can I do this? And like, you want to create as many connections as possible. So for me, like, I've decided like I'm going to play as long, like, until my legs fall off.
Yeah.
But like this year, like I've also, like, in the off season, I really want to give it a go. But if I am going to play, mate, I am a coach and my coaching keeps boosting. I ain't trying to go out there and embarrass myself every week. And especially like I can't do the bench. The bench, like I can't sit on the bench. It really, really gets to me. So if I'm a coach and I'm trying to be these kids' role models, like I'm trying to perform week in, week out. I'm trying to play well. I'm definitely not trying to sit on the bench. So it's now I'm motivated from a different angle. I'm not necessarily motivated to make it to the next level, but I'm motivated to create a name for myself, do well, play football. Like if I can post highlights on the Theballersfactory or whatever. Like kids look like. I'm not gonna coach it. I'm not gonna coach it if I don't know how to do it.
Exactly. You know what? Another thing, could be again controversial because there's a lot of good coaches that aren't good at football.
Yeah.
But I couldn't listen to someone, and I have no evidence or proof that they could. Like, how are you telling me what to do and you can't? It's like a math teacher telling me solve this, but they can't solve it themselves.
Mate.
Like, you know what I mean? It might sound a bit silly, but
Wingate. So the season that we done really well, Gaffer brought in a coach. Oh God, I don't want to be a bad guy. Gaffer brought in a coach that's never played football before. He's like, and he's mainly like does analysis and stuff like that. That was his background. He was an okay coach, but from the first session he came, I could tell he'd never played football because he set a certain drill, like possession wise, and like just from the size of the box, right, I could tell he didn't play football before. And like I was at some, like, I'm really bad for this, but like, cause I am passionate as well. I might back, or I might, like, I was picking on him a little bit, and the gaffer pulled me in one time. And he's like, "Listen, Alex, like, I'm not gonna get onto you, right? Because I would be a hypocrite. I was the same playing, and I know he didn't play football. And for me, it would be the same thing. No coach that hasn't done it before can tell me what to do at the moment. But please, like, for the sake of the team, like, your character and blah blah blah, like, we need you to just be positive and like get him on your side." And I said, fair enough, like, I'll do it. And obviously, like, I had to change after that because it was bigger than me and all of that stuff. But like, it wasn't just me that felt like that. A lot of the boys felt like that. You can really see, especially when you get older and all of that stuff, like, you can see being coached by someone that's not been in that situation. You've not been there where you've had to get on a half turn and like you've got two players on either side and you've received in the pocket, or you haven't been a centre half where you've had to, I don't know, like, the ball's down the channel and you've got pressure on one side or the other. Like, you've not experienced it. Like, your decision making as a coach to tell a player to do a certain thing, like, I'm just looking at you like, are you sure? Like, why are you so sure that that's the correct option? Because it's all good. Like, you could be a really good analysis, right? And I'm not saying, like, read the really good analysis, know what they're talking about. But if you're not that really good analysis, it's all good looking and saying, like, right, that Prem player has made that pass and this is decision making. So let me go now and tell an under 13 or even a non-league player that was the right decision there. I'm not playing on carpet, mate. I'm not like, I'm having to win seconds, and like when I do get it down, it's bobbling. And like, pressure's a lot more disorganised in non-league, or pressure's more disorganised in under 14 or in grassroots football. So I can't exactly tell this player to do what that Prem player is doing. It's different. So yeah, it is kind of frustrating because if you're a coach, just stick to coaching. Like, if you haven't played football and you're a coach, stick to coaching. I would say, like, managing and coaching is two different things. Like, you can coach a player technically. You don't have to play football. I don't think like you have to play football to make a player like technically better. I'll say that you got a demo. How are you gonna demo? So even that, like, I'll go back on myself now. You can't. You got to be able to show it. In my opinion,
it's true. Yeah, but then no, that's different. No, what I'm saying is nowhere near the same. I was gonna say, like, look at. No, it's not the same. What I was gonna say. What I was gonna say, I saw that land. Look at Arsene Wenger or whatever. They're old. They're not. Do you really think they're doing the demos for their pros and stuff? I guess that it's not the same.
Nah, like, you got Klopp as well. Like, I don't think he played like non-league Germany. I don't think these lot were like ballers. Mourinho, that's your prime example, mate. He didn't play football at all. I was actually on trial down Fulham. His son was the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I heard his son was keeper.
Yeah, he didn't have the size, but like baller as well. Like, could play with his feet, but I don't think he got far. But yeah, like, he's a manager though. Of course, he had to coach first to get to that role, but the thing with Mourinho, like, you're under big peoples. Like, you're taking from big peoples. Like, your mentors are ridiculous. And then obviously you're the manager you are today.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to ask as well is, what do you get from coaching the kids? Like, with me, obviously, people always ask me would I want to get into academy coaching. I've had the opportunity of people speaking to me and whatnot, but I prefer, people might look at it different, but I like getting people into the academy more than, like, being there. Obviously, the aim is to get to the players to the first team. It's very rare, very difficult to do. Where some people would want to challenge themselves, but different environment. But I feel like really good knowing that I put someone. They're nearly there.
A step closer.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
How do you see what you're doing? Obviously, I know you've definitely got players in it, right?
Yeah, I've helped players on their journeys and like really proud with certain players because I've not necessarily grabbed a player who's 70% there already. Like I've coached players who have started, don't know left and right foot, and especially like the younger they are, the quicker they learn, I'd say. But like players like that, like a kid, and I just love this kid. He's signing at Spurs, doing all the stuff tomorrow. He first came to me, he was 6, and I've got a video of him training, and like I'm like, God, we've got a lot of work to do. But like with players like that, you got to be patient. But this kid's attitude was from like 6. Like his mentality was like 15, 16-year-old, like humble, like wanted to work, all that stuff. And like you're really lucky when you land players like that, because they want to learn and they're really, really on it. And today, like he's like a Spurs player, and I really do feel like he'll push on. And just because, listen, God forbid injuries and all of that stuff and certain experience, and when that mental side of the game kicks in and it's no longer you're just playing football freely because you're a kid and you're enjoying it, it's starting to really kick in. Like the one thing I told his dad, that like a message from me to him was like, no matter what, like time flies. You're under 9 today, you'll be like decision for scholars tomorrow, and it will just come. Just enjoy it. You have to enjoy it. Football's not a chore, especially for these kids. And like speaking of that, is like parents these days are really pushing their kids and making it like a chore. Like you got kids training hours on end, and it's like, I understand it's a project, but don't treat your kid like that, mate. Like just let him enjoy it. And obviously like you got coaches, us, like the private stuff nowadays that weren't around when we were kids. Like we had the Wall. That was our coach. So this generation is very, very lucky, but competition is also going to be a lot higher. Yeah, mate, I just feel like it's mad. I don't want to get sidetracked, but like it's mad to see how much pressure is put on young kids these days, to do this and to be in certain environments and to be around certain players, because if you're around that player, that means you're good. If you're trained by this coach, it means you're good. Like we get trialists at Limitless going, parents are going, oh, I was at this club, but I get trained by this coach, this private coach. Like, what? Like they use that as a CV, like a high profile coach. Right? We know a couple, but players are really coming to grassroots football clubs and going, yeah, I get coached by this guy. Yeah, you pay him to do a job, but like, what does that mean? Because you get coached by him, it doesn't mean anything. And I feel like I don't know if private coaches like myself and people that are doing this, like, I don't know if the hype is getting too much to the point where like we feel we're bigger than grassroots clubs, because you're not. Like, you're very much not. No club is going to turn around unless you're involved with them, but no club is going to contact you directly and go, oh, what's that player like? You're going to contact the grassroots club. And then like that player now signs, he's done a couple sessions with you, and I've got an example in my head, but you have no right to post this kid signing before the grassroots club's done it. Because he comes to you a couple of times a month. He religiously goes to these grassroots clubs, plays week in, week out, like has fun, socializes, like that. He's raised there. I just feel like it's getting to the point where like competition is very high in this business, but people just don't get ahead of yourselves. Like, appreciate the journey and like appreciate the proper process of it. Like, the process doesn't change. It's enjoy, like, grassroots football academy. It's not grassroots football, meet a good private coach academy. You're not even in the conversation. You're like, the trees here are your branch to help a player get to that level. Like, I when I'm a private coach and I'm doing the Ballersfactory, I consider myself a branch. I don't consider myself the tree or the roots or any type of... Yes, I will help a player get from A to B. I could like contribute, but I don't feel like I'm bigger than a grassroots club. Grassroots is massive, especially in this country. Like, it's massive. Like, clubs turn to grassroots players, and like the more I've coached at Limitless and the more I've coached at like, the more I've seen like grassroots tournaments and all of this stuff, like, this is where like the real talents are born. Like, no one's just gonna turn around and go, I'm gonna train with, let me take my son to Coach Alkeo and the Ballersfactory, and then it will just go on from there. You take out the socialising in it. You take out the thrill of being in a match day and wanting to play for a team and wanting to win and having fun and experiencing losing as well. You don't get that in a private session, regardless if it's a group session or not. You don't get it. Like, it's very robotic. It's like drills are robotic. Like, yes, they make you better, but that feeling of like fun and like I'm playing with my mates is, you don't get that in sessions.
Yeah. Going on to a bit of a lighter side, anyways. What most people would want to be interested in, because I am. What team do you support?
European semi-finalists, mate. Tottenham.
Oh my goodness me! You know what?
Hey.
Yeah. So, all right, let's talk about Europe. So I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm gonna be a finalist as well.
God.
Come on. I don't know who I want to win. So cool. Let's put it like this. I don't like Arsenal fans. I like the team though, but I do not like their fans. I want Tottenham to win the Europa League, but make them burn even more. Like, I would love to see that.
Honestly,
but at the same time, as a Chelsea fan, I don't want Tottenham to win it. So it's very.
Do you know what the point I've got in terms of like speaking Spurs as a fan? They've put me in a position where I can't actually say anything. You see, like when like, the man them argue about like football and that, like it'll be Arsenal arguing with United or Arsenal arguing with Chelsea, and I just move away. I don't want to get involved. Like, what is me getting involved? What am I going to take? Like, this club has put me in a position where I can't actually be involved in certain conversations to do with football.
No, but what I respect is at least you're not deluded. There's some people that will go on and on. They don't remember even when Tottenham won the Carabao Cup, and they're like, come on. The most thing they remember is losing in the final against Liverpool, which I did want Tottenham to win that one, to actually be honest.
Listen, if we win the trophy, let me just be alive and let's win the trophy. I'd appreciate it. But if we have a chance, I don't think United have beat us. I mean, let's get through the semi-finals first, because this team is. I don't know what to expect from them. But if we do get to the finals, United ain't beat us since God knows. Like, it's been a while. Couple of seasons. But again, United have that background of like the weight, the name, and who knows how the players are gonna feel. But again, like, I don't know.
They're not in a great position, but us, like Tottenham, like, you lot were 5th last year, and now you're near United. United were like this last year, so it's understandable that they're still in the mud.
Mate, it's one game though. Honestly, like, one game. You have time to prepare for it, but it's not like a second leg or a second chance. One match. It's not a league.
It's true.
It's one match, and United could come out and absolutely like be on smoke, or Spurs could come out and be on smoke. Like, honestly, it's same thing. Arsenal, Madrid. Like, who saw that coming?
Yeah.
Genuinely, who saw that coming? And then even like when Arsenal went to Madrid, like, people were still saying like they're going to come back. Come on, it's Madrid. Arsenal had them. As much as that hurts, they destroyed them. But This end of their road semi-finals as far as they're gonna get. Let's be honest. They ain't going to Paris and winning. Oh boy.
No, I can't. They're gonna lose. I can't wait to see that.
Boy, I hope they do, because if this gets clipped, we look like.
You know what's gonna be crazy, yeah. Well, it's unfortunate that let's put it like this: Chelsea should win the trophy. We should.
If you lot don't win that,
we have
that's
to win
embarrassing.
it. I don't claim that trophy, by the way. It's obviously a new trophy.
Yeah.
I understand West Ham getting excited over that, but that trophy is too cheap.
For you lot, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it will mean we've won every trophy possible. By the way,
Fair enough.
So that it would be a great achievement. But if Chelsea win that, Chelsea win that. Liverpool's won the league. Tottenham or Man United. It's unfortunate that one of them ain't gonna get it. Arsenal might end the season without a trophy, and everyone else has won it. That's gonna be amazing.
Look at them, like, what? They might not even get second, by the way. City's coming back up. They're only 3 points behind them.
I did say as well, like, whoever it was can find proof or whatever. I did say when City were down that they're gonna finish second. I think Arsenal were first at the time when I said this. Really? But I did predict. So I didn't want it to come true.
Mate, I'm telling you, Pep's not finishing behind Arteta.
Yeah, I know. I want it to happen, but at the same time, I want to see City's downfall as well. I'm tired of Liverpool City. It needs to change. Obviously, I'm not going to expect even Nottingham Forest. They could have done the Leicester City thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
that when Leicester wanted, teams around them were just too.
Yeah, they grabbed everyone.
Yeah, they weren't good enough. Now, like, the top end of it is, like, Liverpool's solid, Arsenal's good, like, City, like, how can you get around them? Chelsea's strong, money is crazy, but even Nottingham, like, the reason why they're doing so well as well is, like, money.
It's true, yeah.
Like, if we do, like, a top Prem 11, like, I'd put the keeper in there. Apparently he's on flames, but they're 10 as well. Gibbs White.
Yeah. I think he's going to City apparently.
I'd put he's in my starting 11, like Prem this season, team of the season. He'll be in there. You even got I went to watch the Spurs Nottingham game. Chris Wood.
Oh my days, striker boy.
Mate, old fashioned. Like yes, don't touch the ball for 90 minutes. Let me get in the box. I'll score. Straight like goals. What more do you want from your striker? Not Richarlison getting dragged off at half time.
That's what I wanted to ask.
25 times.
What do you think about your team?
I don't have anything to say.
Do you have any dream? Obviously, you just mentioned Gibbs White and whatnot, but do you have players, realistic players? I'm not saying that's not possible, but people that you like get in and out. This is bringing your managing.
I just don't know what's not clicking, bro. Like, I'll be honest. Like, Basuma came from Brighton. When he was at Brighton, he was a joke. He's come here and he's on, like, some joke thing. I don't know what's up with him. He had a good game the other day, but, like, he's not that consistent Basuma that we saw at Brighton. You got a World Cup winner that just wants to take everyone's head off, Romero.
He's too thing, man.
The other centre half, he's all right. What's his name?
The new guy. Yeah.
Whatever. But he's all right. Keeper's decent, bit erratic. Bentancur, he's a good player. Like, he's played, but he's not gonna carry a team. Maddison turns up when he wants. I think Son's done. I'll be honest. I think he's done. Johnson's decent in days. Solanke, I think Solanke can be a really good striker. Like, I reckon if you feed him properly, I reckon he can get you some goals. But again, mate, honestly, I've got to the point where I just don't even watch it no more. Like, it's them especially. I don't watch them.
Well, that's how I feel with Chelsea at times, anyways. People did say Caicedo was a waste of 100M. Now, if you see him, boy.
Yeah, he's a problem.
You got time. You got to give people time, you know.
This team's.
But Chelsea, for me, our keeper has to go. That Sanchez guy, tired of. I'm sick of watching.
The depth in your squad, like, how are you lot not?
You know what it is? Our players, I think the oldest player is 26.
Mad, yeah, young, innit?
Yeah, it's too young. We haven't got enough. There's so many things that I need to. You get me? But it's the club investments to see who will go on and who will.
Boy, I'm happy coaching my 7, 8s and 9s and 10s and 13s, and that's where I find my happiness in football now.
But yeah, last another thing with football. Got a game which I mentioned to you earlier before we got started. So most people that know, in every episode I play a game called the SOP, and we cannot say the letter S for snake or P for piano. As you're the guest, I will allow you to choose what topic it's on. So it could be so broad. It could even be about cameras, for example, cars. I'm not like whatever you want to choose. Okay. We can choose a topic or football, which would probably be easier.
Yeah. Should we stick with since it's podcast? Should we stick with it?
Yeah, cool. But do you want to be more specific here? So the players or teams?
Should we go players?
Alright, cool.
Surnames only.
Yeah, surnames. Yeah. I'll let you start. I'm gonna put a timer. I'm not checking nothing.
Don't fumble, you Spurs fan, please. Not on camera.
Right now, I'm not feeling confident. My mind is blank.
Oh, right then. Come on, let's put it. Let's put some pressure on you. You ready?
Yeah. When you're, I'll let you start.
All right, cool. S or P?
Yeah, don't start with either of those.
Got ya. Messi.
Caicedo.
Ronaldo.
Thiago.
Neymar. Hey, what's going on?
Wait. Fernandez. No, Fernandez. Wait, my mind's empty.
God, Romero.
Endo.
Solang. Oh, he's an S. God.
Okay, cool.
Surely time's here. What's going on?
All right, cool. That's 1-0.
1-0.
What, best of 3 or first 2-3?
We'll go best.
All right, cool.
First to 3?
First to 3.
Considering how quick that ended, we'll go first to 3.
All right, cool. I'll start.
You start.
Oh, do you want to include retired players? Oh man, there's so many more. Do you want to add retired players as well?
No, we'll keep it now. But can we say the same players?
No.
As we said in the previous round?
Oh yeah, previous round. Yeah, sorry, Sorry, my bad. Yeah, we can. So you can say whoever you just said before.
Cool.
Say the guy that plays for Tottenham again, the striker, if you don't mind.
Yeah, all right.
Richarlison.
Messi.
Maddison.
Neymar.
Ronaldo.
Marcelo.
Gosh, he's retired though.
Marcelo's retired?
Yeah, I think he is. You know what?
There's definitely another Marcelo out there.
David Luiz.
God. Mdogi.
Ooh. Chelsea's left back. Cucurella.
Who?
Cucurella.
God, what's going on here?
Cucurella.
Thiago Silva.
Is he sure?
He's been playing.
He's definitely
he'll
retired.
go 45. He's surely.
I'm sure he's done. He's definitely done.
You can't be. He's still at Chelsea, I think.
Nah, hey, I've definitely won that round. There's no way.
I'm checking.
There's no way.
I'm checking. I've got to check. Hold on a minute. Have we got service in here? Thiago Silva. 40 years old. Mm-hmm. Current team. Get in there, the boy.
Alright, cool. You won the round.
Yes.
Alright, cool. 1-1. Gosh. I can't think of any. I'm trying to think of new players.
Mine goes blank. Football knowledge is not good, is it?
No, this game is difficult though because there's so much pressure.
Yeah. Brandon, shall I start?
Yeah, I'm ready. Gosh.
Oh, we'll start with the goal again. Messi.
Lamine Yamal.
Romero.
Vinicius.
Lewandowski.
Endo.
Rafinha.
Enzo Fernandez.
Lo Celso.
Reece James.
Van der Veel.
Chalobah.
Martinelli.
Okay. Odegaard.
Gabriel Jesus.
Romero.
I've said Romero.
This round? Surely you didn't say this round.
Get in there.
Are you sure?
I've said Romero.
Alright, cool. Man, I can't
second or third.
Alright, cool. Oh my gosh.
3-1.
There's no way.
Come on. Come on. We don't lose.
Alright. Last round. No, it's not last round. Gosh.
2-1, yeah, it was last round.
No, we said first.
Come on. Yeah, first to 3 is last round, let's be honest.
Gosh, my mind. I know I've lost. My
This
mind's
last
empty.
round. Come on.
Alright, cool. Now I'm ready.
You starting? Yeah, I'll give you the start.
Alright, cool. I need to think of the big names first, and I go to my smaller names. Alright. Reece James.
Messi. Big names. Reece James. What the hell is that?
Chelsea captain. Come on,
Chelsea captain.
Yeah.
I ain't seen him in about 3 seasons.
Caicedo. Okay, now it's getting to me. Yeah.
What is it?
Caicedo.
Ronaldo.
Gusto.
Neymar.
Thiago.
Thiago Silva.
Silva. You know, we don't say his surname is Silva. Surely you're out.
Yeah,
Surely.
Thiago Silva.
Surely-
Here's the name on the back of his shirt. It doesn't say Thiago Silva.
Alright, cool. No, you're right. Cozy Dubry. Yeah.
Undogi.
Is that Blackburn? Badia Shaw. It wasn't coming
Madison.
out. Vicario.
Gibbs White.
Richarlison. I mean, strict on the time.
Oh God, I've got it. No, I haven't got it no more.
Let's go. Last round.
2-2. Let's
Last
make it
round.
interesting. I wanted to give you the chance. I'll be honest with you.
God.
I wanted to give you. Look, he's sweating and all. God, someone bring a towel.
I'm ready. You start though.
I'm starting. Here we go. For the win. Messi.
Ronaldo.
Neymar.
Thiago Silva.
Undogi.
Reece James.
Romero.
Richarlison.
David Luiz.
Vicario.
Vinicius.
Chalobah.
Gabriel Jesus.
Lamine Yamal.
Martinelli.
Bakayoko.
Rice.
Odegaard.
Gabriel.
Oh. Gabe. Yeah, Gabe.
Caicedo.
Gosh. Yeah, it's done, man.
Yes!
I can't believe it.
Winners win.
Yeah, congrats.
Winners win.
Boy, that's mad, man.
We don't lose. Come on.
But yeah, before I
good.
wrap
That was
up
a
the
good one.
podcast, I always get the guests to leave a message to those watching.
Ooh. I'll leave a message for look at me talking like I'm some pioneer in this game. But I'll leave a message for players and coaches. Players, just go out and like educate yourself or ask questions. Because I coach an age group now, under 13s, and like the other day, me and another coach asked, he's an under 14, asked the player like, do you know anything about non-league? And he's no. Don't be disheartened if you see players around you getting signed, because like we're in a country as well where there's so many opportunities to make it to the top. You might not get a sniff at academy football, and then all of a sudden you're going into non-league without knowing it, and like we've seen it, like so many stories. Just keep at it. Like honestly, just keep at it. There's so many opportunities out there that and pathways to make it to the top. You have to keep going. And for players that are in the system, don't get complacent. Enjoy, 100% enjoy, because you deserve to be there clearly. But don't get complacent. Work harder than the person to your right. Work harder to the person in the age group above, and you don't want to not work harder than the players that want it as well. I feel like that's my message for players. Coaches, I feel like enjoy the sessions that test your patience. The reason why I enjoy it is because I know I was that player for my coaches. And it's like, oh, this kid again, he's on it. Like, I enjoy them sessions because they remind me of myself as well. So players that can have maybe an attitude issue, or players that have like, they're not committing 100% into the session, like those I enjoy those sessions, because that's your chance as a coach to really, really affect someone's like career. Because like as a coach, I'd like to think most coaches out there can help a player technically. I think most coaches out there can help players in terms of like athletically. But like don't lose patience with like players that like do have an attitude issue, because some of the best players I played with didn't make it because of a lack of commitment or that attitude, or like they thought they were to like guide. That's what we're here to do. We're here to guide. As much as we're here to help players progress, we are here to guide and educate them and help them through struggles and whatnot. That is my message to coaches.
Wicked, man. Yeah.
Mate, honestly appreciate it.
Another thing I heard about is got something happening next month.
June 29th, yeah, coaches tournament. So yeah, I've basically I've wanted to do it for a while, and I'm sure like people have thought about it before, but I've just gone, you know what, let's do it. And Grassroots teams doing 8 this year. 8 Grassroots teams have signed up to play in a coaches tournament. I'll release like the teams that are playing a little bit later, but like if your team's a part of it, like surely like you've had a season of these coaches screaming and shouting at you, you come and like scream and shout at them like it's your turn now. And again, like coaches, you're giving it from the sideline, like you're telling our boys about this and how to do that. You gotta now come and don't embarrass yourselves. Apparently White Star's got some, I don't know, apparently you got some talent.
Just wait and see, man. Just wait and see.
There's a lot of teams talking a load of smack, so I can't wait. Will I be able to play? Mate, honestly, I hope so, because I am a limitless coach. But in terms of like organisation, because it's the first year of doing it, if I can't get someone to run it, then I don't know if I can play. But definitely next year, I'll definitely be playing.
Wicked, man. But yeah, that will all be in the description below, and
Appreciate it, mate.
You'll be tagged. But yeah, this is Coach Alkeo and his journey to success on Quality Touch Podcast. Thank you.